Gambling, forbidden. Here you earn or lose only due to chance. No. Earn by labor. And this thing now, as you know, has become the greatest thing in the whole world. Speculation. Taking the market up and rounding it to the bottom. The capitalist can play due to this speculation. Then there can be no trading. Either cash, give the price, take the material. Or if it is for future, you have to pay the total value in the first instance. By salam it is called. If you have made an agreement that in next wheat season, you will provide me 1,000 mounds or 1,000 kilograms of wheat at this rate. Now calculate the total value and give the total value now. Then only you are entitled to get those 1,000 kilograms of wheat at that time. Not after paying 10% or 5% or 10% and then the deal is done. No. By this, I will again use the word master stroke. Over trading is stopped. You do the trading within your limits, whatever capital you have. Over trading. The capital going far out. So these are some of the measures. The most important, riba. There is nothing more haram and more forbidden and more disliked in Islam than interest. Allah says, if you don't give it up, then listen. There is an ultimatum from Allah and His Messenger against you. Allah will go to war against you. In the belief, shirk, to assign some partner to Allah. And in actions, this riba, interest, the worst things according to the Islamic Sharia. Now what is the internal management? Institution of zakah. And here is a fixed line. If you own 7 tolas, I think it will become 3 or 4 ounces. If somebody can correct me. You are above this line. This poverty line, had been fixed. 52 tolas of silver, 7 tolas of gold. If you have, you are a donor. If you don't have, you are a recipient. This zakah is to be taken from you legally, forcibly. And the first caliph of Islam, Abu Bakr, fought against those people who refused to pay this zakah. That is one of the pillars of Islam. I talked about the pillars of Islam yesterday. The Shahada, the 5 prayers, the zakah, obligatory charity, and the Sawm, fasting, and Hajj. This is one of the pillars. Although he was advised, don't declare war against them. We are going to war against those people who have claimed the false prophets, who have stood up and we are also prophets. And also, the war started with the Romans. So don't open a third front. He said, no, I have to do it. So this zakah, تُؤْخَذُ مِنْ أَغْنِيَائِهِمْ وَتُرَدُّ إِلَىٰ فُقَرَائِهِمْ. It is taken, extracted out of the rich. And the rich are those who are above this line. And they are returned and given to those who are poor. But the poor is not the one who has nothing to eat, but the one who doesn't have 52 tolas of silver and 7 tolas of gold. in this way, because there is free competition, and in free competition, there necessarily there will be people who will go forward and some will remain backward. Free competition. So now who have remained backward, they have to be taken care of by those who have gone ahead. This is the internal management. But the beauty of this Islamic system is that the moral teaching is, don't accept zakah. What? It's against your dignity. Not like, the right. We have the right to have this social security. It's our right. We have to have it. No. The moral teaching is, earn for yourself. Don't live on this charity. So there goes to be a very big difference between the two. But I request to add one point to the political structure, which I forgot. It's not one party system in Islam, multiple party system. But the manifestos of all the parties will be screened, that none of the manifestos contains anything against the injunctions of the Quran and the Sunnah. But there can be different parties, they can have different outlooks on taxation, they can have different outlook on the provincial authority and the central authority, and they can have these things. Whichever is permissible and mubah, not haram, not proved to be forbidden, they can include. But it has to be screened. Or somebody can go to the court, just like, if a piece of legislation has been passed by the legislature, I have the right to go and knock the door of the higher judiciary that this is against Islam, this is against the Quran and the Sunnah, in the same way.
Israr Ahmed has almost very barely and schematically stated the essentials of two very important areas of corporate life, our political system and economic system. And he has studied his normative